Good morning everyone, I'm Emanuele Bonaglia and welcome to my diary. You're watching the LaceMaker diary. In today's video we'll learn a new stitch of embroidery which is called Punto, rodi stitch with cross. I start from the right side to the inside, and then I go outside of the work like this, and then I make the first stitch taking 4 threads like this to the left. I make the first stitch, and then I go under and in a diagonal of 4 threads like this. For the first line I have to take always 4 threads. To work a rodi stitch with cross, you always want to move yourself in a diagonal from up to down. And then I make 1 stitch to the left, like this, taking 4 threads, and then I make 1 stitch to the bottom, like this. One stitch to the left, like this, and then 1 stitch to the bottom in vertical, taking always 4 threads. And then I continue working this way for all the line. Like this. When I'm ready to work to turn myself, I make 1 stitch to the left to close, and then I go up of 5 threads. Like this. I leave 1 thread and 1 thread, and I go here. Like this. and then I take 4 threads to the bottom, like this, and then I go up, taking 4 threads and making 1 stitch to the left, 1 stitch, this time to the right. The coming back turn is always from the bottom to the upper side. I make always 1 stitch from up to the bottom, like this, leaving always one thread, so it will create the cross, the characteristic cross of this stitch. And then I make 1 horizontal stitch from left to the right, leaving as always 1 thread to make the cross, the characteristic cross. I suggest you to stretch really well the thread and the fabric you're working on. I make the stitch and I go up this way. As always, 1 stitch from up to bottom, like this. I stretch really well, and then I always take 4 threads after the returning, the coming back, the first stitch I made to come back, like this. When I finished the line, I make the last stitch. Of course, if you are working on a different shape, you will always need to work and see what you're working, what the line of the design is, and you will always have to finish the work on the line of the design. And then I make the other turn from up to the bottom, like this, and then I will make the other turn from bottom to the upper side. You have to understand and see really well all threads, because you will need to take 4 threads and leave 1 horizontal and vertical thread to make the cross, the characteristic cross of this stitch. And now we work for this sample as I showed you before. Always count the threads, because the characteristic of this stitch is the cross. So you will need to leave alone 1 thread, 1 horizontal thread and 1 vertical thread. And you will need to stretch really well the thread you're working on and the fabric. This kind of net has to be really tight and really stretched. Now we work the second turn. Always watch where the threads are, and then make the stitch as I showed you before. And finally, that's the result of the stitch, of this stitch. You can see really well the cross, the characteristic cross of a rodi stitch. And that's it. Hope you like it, and watch my other videos.